loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here, and happy first day of Green, Clean, Healthy Week, which is the third week of every month, and I am super excited to be doing this for you. So we're going to be doing the last part 2 of our 2019 makeup and beauty trends. You can see I've set my hair and I'll tell you why it looks like this. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. All right, so first of all, I have my hair set like this because I feel that it is a more natural way, less heat on the hair. These are Velcro rollers that literally I just ordered off of Amazon. I'll link them below, but I use them all the time with my clients. They create a very natural bounce and volume to the hair, but unfortunately they don't work very quickly because they're not heated, but it is a much more natural, less aggressive way to set your hair and get a lot of volume. So all I do is just blow dry my hair like I normally do with a round brush, and then take it in sections just like this, and I usually have to leave it like this for over an hour, so it's not one of those quick fixes. So Green, Clean, Healthy Week, if you are new here or if you are new to my channel, basically last year I did months. I did like 2 months last year where I did the whole month of, you know, cruelty-free, green, more organic, lifestyle, you know, brands and thought processes. So now we're going to be doing them every single month, and I'm going to be addressing products that, again, are all cruelty-free. Every product is cruelty-free, but some are going to be cleaner than others, more have natural ingredients than others. But in general, they're going to be a lot healthier for you. And also too, we're going to be talking about healthier mindset. We are going to be talking about hopefully more conscious clothing and things like that. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first trend we're going to be talking about, since I have no makeup on right now, is the way that skin is going. Now, skin is going more matte, unfortunately. This is the trend that we're seeing on the runways, and I'm not super into matte skin. Yes, you will still see that kind of beautiful, glowy, glossy skin, but it is definitely going more on the matte side. So let's talk about how I am going to approach this trend, and really honestly, it's how I recommend anybody that is more mature, wanting a more matte foundation. This is how I recommend to do it. So I'm going to be taking my CYO foundation, and I am using it in 105, yes, and I don't know if I need to mix in 107, but I'm going to double check here. I'm thankful to one of my subscribers in the UK. Thank you so much. You know who you are, who sent me some of these that I could not get here. I do not have anything on my face except for sunscreen, and I will be doing a whole video on new sunscreens I am trying out soon, but the one I currently have on I am really loving. So what I suggest is taking this type of foundation that is more of a skin-like foundation. It's not overly glowy and it's not overly matte. And what you're going to do is you are going to apply this just as you normally would, but I am putting it on with a dry beauty blender. So this could also be done with your hands, and it also could be done with a brush, but I like to use a dry beauty blender for this. This is the Real Technique sponge, which I find is one of the best ways to apply a foundation like this with a dry sponge. Yes, you can do it with a beauty blender, but for some reason, well, I know, this is actually meant to be used dry or wet. I really, really enjoy this sponge. You know, I've been talking about it for the last few months. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a light kind of coat of this all over the face. The trend also is going to be kind of this beautiful skin-like, not overly done foundation. So when you are doing the technique that we're going to be talking about, just use less. Less is definitely more of the theme going into 2019. I also do a Foundation Friday on this foundation. It is one of my absolute holy grails at the moment. All right, so concealer is on. The next thing that we're going to do is talk about powder application. So for me, you know that I live and die by the Hourglass powders. Yes, they are a little bit pricier, but boy, do they last a very long time. So I'm just going to use diffuse light under the eyes in a patting motion, because I like to be a little bit glowy underneath there. And then to really embrace this trend, if you want to, I'm going to be using the Well People powder. Now, this is the Bio Base Baked Foundation #2 in Fair Golden. This is an absolute healthy, amazing dupe for Max Mineralized Skin Finish or Sephora's Baked Foundation Powder. It is so, so good. And I do want to thank Detox Market for sending this to me. I have a whole bunch of products I'm trying from Detox Market. If you don't know who they are, I'll put it up on the screen. They are a green beauty website. I've been going to them for a long time. I'm actually going to be partnering with them often for Green Clean Healthy Week, and they have been generous enough. It's not a paid thing. It's just they send me some products, and I just wholeheartedly believe in what they're doing. Their philosophy is to bring you guys some of the most amazing, clean, effective products, everything from skincare to hair care to cosmetics. They are a really fantastic resource, great people, and so if you have never bought from them or heard of them, check them out. The Detox Market, it is a great, great group, and you'll be talk a little bit more about that on this Foundation Friday. So I'm going to take this powder. This powder is more of a matte powder. I am going to dust it lightly in the center of my face, and this does absolutely, for me, hide some pores. It definitely gives me a little bit of that blurring effect that I want. Now I'm only going to be using this in the center of my face. I'm going to go in with my Hourglass powder and use it along the perimeter of my face. This is a finishing powder. The reason why I'm doing this is because what this does is this still kind of gives that more matte look, but then also gives us a little bit more of a glowy perimeter. So that is how you can do this trend in a much more, in my opinion, approachable and age kind of friendly with our skin approach. The next trend I want to talk to you about is this very minimalistic bold brow, kind of bold lip, that honestly is a very big signature of mine. This is something that I've been doing for years, but I love it for, I mean, I can't tell you how many people I do a look like this on, but I'm so glad to see it kind of coming into fashion instead of so much eyeshadow. There's going to be 2 eyeshadow looks we're going to be doing today. This is the first one. So I want you to go ahead and take your bronzer. We've done this many times. I'm taking the Wet n Wild bronzer, and I'm going to be putting this all over my lid. You want a bronzer that you would use on your face. This one does have a little light reflecting properties to it, but nothing to write home about. It is very, very minimalistic. It's stunning for me. It's a great color. And all you want to do is a light wash all over. Don't go crazy and make this to be super pigmented. We're just adding a shadow right now. Now I'm going to take All Natural. And I think it's in Cocoa. Yes, Cocoa. And this is, again, something you've seen me do many times before, but it is so flattering on every eye shape. I'm using it in a brown because, again, you want to make sure that we are going minimalistic, and this is, again, just going to add a nice shadow to the eye look. Going in with my Luxie brush, and you want to start to blend that out and just ever so slightly give this a good kick out. This should not look like a line. This should be absolutely more of a shadow or a hue. I'm going to be taking it just on the outside 2/3 of the eye. If you have more space in your eye than I do, like less hooded, you can bring this in a little bit more towards the tear duct. But for me, if I do that, it will just close up that eye too much because we're smoking it out. Back and forth motions, you want to let this kind of come up on that lid a little bit and kick it out. I have more space on this eye because it's less hooded than the other, so I'm building this up just ever so slightly to make it match the other eye. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go curl my lashes and apply my Hourglass mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, loves, I am back. I have a brow on and some blush and some bronzer, but the next trend is going to be soft brows, but bold. So I have been absolutely loving the new Urban Decay eyebrow pencil and pen. It is very, very good, everybody. This is waterproof pencil and an ink stain, they say. This is in taupe. trap. So it's a little bit, it's like my perfect color. It matches my brows exactly. So if you have super dark brows, match them exactly or 1/2 a shade lighter, because it's going to be all about really bold brows, but keeping them natural. The only problem I have with this thing is that it has no spoolie on it. So you have to use like another spoolie, which I guess we all have. But so what I do is I start out with the pen side, and just so you know, these pens, if you put it in just a little bit and pump it, that is how you get product down to the tip. And what I do is I start by making little strokes in here where I kind of need a little bit of help. And then I do a nice line all the way on the bottom. So you want to use the pen where you want things to be a little bit more feathered and not so like harsh. And you use these in these kind of feather-like stroking motions. And I will say that this pen stays on all day. I also use it underneath on this brow, and then I build. So you want to use this very lightly again in these strokes. I'm going to use it a little bit on the top because this brow is lacking hair compared to the other one. And so I just fill it in like that. Then I take the pencil side and I use the pencil where I am lacking hair and need it to look a little bit more realistic. Brush it through. And so you have nice bold brows, and also too, unruly brows are kind of in. So that's why I kind of stand this section up right here. It's not going to be about as groomed brows. Now, my brows are like fading by the day. My grande lash does help, but if you have kind of unruly brows, you can also leave them like that. That's very much on trend how brows are going to be. They're kind of stick up everywhere, but I would love to have my brows like I used to. I used to have big Brooke Shield brows. Not anymore. All right. But next will be the lip. Now, the lip is going to be, in my opinion, my favorite part because it's going to be all shades of bold. So it can be bold brown, bold nude. I don't know how you would do bold nude. I guess there's no bold nude. But you know what I mean, like bold pinks and oranges. Just for me, I don't have a tendency to gravitate towards super, super bright lips, but I'm going to do my version of this trend. So I'm just going to line those lips. And again, I have really uneven lips. I have to overdraw this side. It is just all sorts of unevenness in my lips, so it's not always perfect. Now I'm going to take Beauty Bakery. This is a fantastic little lip, and it is in, it's a lip whip in, I can't even see the name because my eyes are going. Surreptitious? I don't know, I'll link it below. Anyway, it's a beautiful kind of brownie bold color. So pretty. I love their little lip whips. They're beautiful. So this is what we're talking about with that beautiful, bold lip. Now, we don't have to necessarily go bright red, bright oranges, bright pinks if we don't feel comfortable about it, but we can definitely downplay the eyes a little bit and bring a little bit of attention to that lip area. Just so you know, the lip is matte. Hers is a matte lip, but you can obviously put a lip gloss over it if you would like. It's up to your liking. Of course, as we know in part 1, glossy lips are very in, so you can just put some sort of lip gloss over this. All right, so for the last eye trend I'm going to tell you about is the, it's a kind of a shimmery eyelid. Now, different than the glossy lid that we were talking about last time. This is about using a more of a glittery or soft satin. Now, for me, I don't love glitter on the eyelids, but I absolutely love these Stila liquid eyeshadows. They are perfect for mature eyes. They go on so gorgeous, and they really add a nice shift to the eye and hide crepiness. So I will show you how I'm applying this. This is just like a little, I don't know what you call it, like a rose gold color. I'm going to use this just like this straight off of the tube, and then I'm going to take my little Luxie brush and blend that just on the lid. And I'm not going to hide the eyeliner because it'll go really nice together. Look how pretty that is. These things, in my opinion, are, Stila hit it out of the park with these. These liquid eyeshadows are so fantastic. And I'm going to bring it all the way in because this kind of highlighted, glossy, shimmery lid actually goes all the way into the inner corner and makes that eye really pop. Look how pretty that is. And they go on so easy. I can't even tell you. They are just a beautiful, beautiful product. All right, so for my last prediction is going to be actually my very own. I think we are going to see a lot more from the 30 plus, 40 plus beauty community. If you follow people like Kosas and Charlotte Tilbury and a couple other really amazing lines, they are showing the gorgeous beauties of their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and they're using models to really inspire that demographic and our demographic, that it is acceptable to age beautifully. So I think we're going to see a huge surge of seeing more people in that demographic be advertised and used in advertisements. Again, as you know, I think the 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus are a forgotten part of the beauty industry, but kind of wrapping into that inclusivity that they have been working on for, or they're going to be working on for this year. I think age is going to also be inclusive of the trends that we will see, especially in skincare, as well as I'm hoping, I really hope that the indie brands lead the way, but our big brands jump on board and really support this movement. All right, so I'll take my hair down to show you what this looks like. So here's what it looks like. What I'll do is I will run a little bit of a hair oil through the ends, spray this with a little bit of hairspray, but this is how you get kind of that salon blow dry without being at the salon. Again, it's just a really large volume. It's not necessarily curled. The ends obviously are curled under, but this is one of my favorite ways to do clients' hair because it really gives a beautiful ending to the hairstyle. It looks very, very refined. You can also tease the top here if you want to and have a little bit more volume, but you definitely want to hit this with a little bit of hairspray. Even some texturizing spray at the roots would be fantastic. All right, love, so those are my final trends for 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. You guys have really been loving that little tiny series, and I thank you so much for all of the love. And happy green, clean, happy green, clean, healthy week. Let me know some ideas that you want for this week out of every single month this year, and I would love to do them for you. And again, go check out Detox Market. They're such a fantastic company, and I really appreciate them supporting me on this little endeavor that I am doing. Thanks again, you guys, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, loves.